Today we're making Salisbury steak with mashed potatoes and vegetables. You will need grass-fed ground beef, brown gravy mix, baby bella mushrooms, a sweet onion and an egg, Worcestershire sauce, herbs de Provence. I'm putting that in everything these days. Seasoned salt, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, potatoes to make your mashed potatoes, and broccoli florets or whatever type of vegetable you choose. First things first, I took a box grater and I went ahead and grated up my onion. I like little pieces of onion in my meatballs or in any type of meatloaf or anything I'm making. I don't like big chunks of onion. So I take a box grater. It's got these nice big holes in it, and I just shred it up like I'm shredding up some cheese or something. And then went ahead and added that to my bowl. Then I went ahead and added my ground beef. I am using 80-20 grass-fed ground beef. Then I went ahead and added my egg to the party. And I went ahead and got everything seasoned up. I used my normal seasonings, my seasoned salt, about a tablespoon of that. My garlic powder, about 2 tablespoons of that. My onion powder, about 2 tablespoons of that. My herbs de Provence. This adds such a delicious flavor that I don't even measure that. I just kind of just throw that in. I would say probably about a tablespoon if you want to measure. My Worcestershire sauce. I can never pronounce that name. About a couple tablespoons of that. And my black pepper. Never ever measure that either, but just probably about a tablespoon or so. Then I added panko breadcrumbs. I didn't include them on the ingredient list, but panko breadcrumbs is very necessary. I added about 1/4 cup of that. Formed it into a ground beef, and then put a lid on it and let it rest at room temperature for about 20 minutes. While that was resting, I went ahead and peeled my potatoes, got them ready to make my mashed potatoes. Put them into some boiling water and let them boil until fork tender. Kept a little bit of the peelings on there just to add a little texture to my mashed potatoes. Then I went ahead and took my Salisbury steaks or my ground beef and formed it into Salisbury steaks, kind of with the oval shapes, and put a bunch of pats of little butter over the top of it and baked it in the oven for 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Once it came out of the oven after 20 minutes, this is what it looks like. Like some nice little Salisbury steak patties. Went ahead and got them transported over to another dish so that I could go ahead and make my gravy. All of those bits and all of that stuff in there, that butter that we used, and all of that is in that pan still. The drippings from the meat is going to make some delicious gravy. First things first, you want to go ahead and get your onion and your mushrooms into that pan and let them saute for a time. I would say probably about 20 minutes till you get them nice and brown and looking good. I like the big chunks of onions. They're going to cook down, but I like them to be these great big hunks initially. So I just let them saute on a medium heat for about 20 minutes. Then they ended up looking like this. Once they will look like this, then I went ahead and started my gravy. Went ahead and added my brown gravy mix. Don't judge me for using gravy mix. I don't like making homemade gravy, so I just find it so much easier just to buy the gravy mix in the pack. It tastes just as good as homemade. So I went ahead and added my water to that and went ahead and cooked my gravy down for probably about 30 minutes on low heat until it's nice and thick and bubbly, and it looks sort of like this once it cooked down for about 30 minutes. The next slide will show you. Yeah, that's about. Then I went ahead and added me some herbs de Provence to add a little extra flavor, and went ahead and put my meat back into the gravy. Mixed it up a little bit, obviously. Then I went ahead and added my meat back to the gravy and let it cook probably another 15 minutes or so. Didn't that look good? Ooh. My nice Salisbury steak patties looking pretty good there. I just let it cook probably about another 15-20 minutes or so, just to let the flavors get all melded in together and marinated together, and let that gravy thicken up some more. Very delicious. This is so good. And that was the finished product. Nice and bubbly. The meat has soaked up that gravy. The gravy has gotten nice and thick. Yum, yum, yum. It's ready to go. Only thing it needs now is some of my mashed potatoes, which I went ahead and cooked those, got those done. And went ahead and did me some green beans for my side vegetable. I was going to do broccoli, but I changed it to green beans. So there's my mashed potatoes. Don't they look yummy? Plated everything up, and boy, I had to take a nap after this meal. So very delicious. Salisbury steak with mushrooms, onions, homemade mashed potatoes, and green beans. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.